Hello everyone. The plot thickens as we begin to get to a different dynamics in this journey of learning how to write a book. Hello and welcome to No Makeup Day. This is I just couldn't be bothered. I'm sure we've all been there before, right? And it also occurred to me that I have been wearing my jean jacket in every single video, and perhaps the next one I should be more intentional about wearing my other jacket, just so that you don't believe that I do consistently live in the 80s. Not that that's a bad decade. I mean, cheesiness is great sometimes. But in regards to me, I'm sure you really enjoyed that last video that was just like, I'm so sorry, I didn't get anything uploaded, and not really offering a whole lot of context. Last week was interesting. It's very, very interesting. And I'm trying to get the videos to my computer so I can do a little compilation of all the issues I ran into or people were walking through. And then I was like, I had to stop what I'm doing. And then there was the dog started barking. The same dog that barks at 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes he barks in the afternoon. And then there was this long moment of whenever it's like, nobody's walking through, no dogs are barking, no cars are passing through. So I can start, I just get going. And then somebody's weeding or cutting trees or something not too far. And you're just like, and so I'm just kind of like back there drinking my coffee, hoping they'll finish. Anyways, then I finally did get it all filmed. I went to review it so that I could cut off the edges, and there was no sound. Somehow the last time I tried to record, I didn't plug the mic in all the way, so I was like, I'm done. I just can't do this anymore. I had literally spent 3 hours trying to get that video done, and it just didn't happen, and I was so disgusted. By the way, if there's anybody with any technical savvy about the compatibility between Google Drive and Google Photos on your phone versus on your PC, I'm very interested to hear. At first I thought it was a Wi-Fi issue, but apparently it's something else. My photos are uploading like 24 to 48 hours late, and my videos seem to never happen. Even when I try to intentionally upload them to Drive or something, for whatever reason, they were just not uploading. I even went to a cafe to get a different type of Wi-Fi because I know it's limited where I'm at. But yeah, so if anybody has any suggestions on that, I would really love to hear it. I've been trying to Google up, and I've been trying a lot of different things, and I'm just missing something. I have an Android Samsung phone. Those of you who are iPhones and Macs, I don't want to hear, well, you never have this with iPhone and Mac, because I have talked to somebody with iPhones and Macs, and they're like, oh man, I had that trouble once. So, but yeah, so just a brief recap of what we were learning last week. I did mention that it had gone more academic, where first week it's all about, artistry and co-creating with God and what that means, and studying about the aspects of the creator and what it means for us to be co-creators, and et cetera, et cetera. And then we go into Freytag's pyramid and tension graphs and plot line graphs, and just all those things. Are you a plotter or a pantster? Meaning, do you plot your line or do you write by the seat of your pants? There are other things like 3-act structures and just all this different kind. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna shake the table here. All those different kinds of stuff. And then you have to consider your genre. What does your genre involve? And what are you wanting to write about? And how to develop your character structure and then your sub-characters. And then there's like also about, this is what's required for publishing and all the different criteria, guidelines, the font size, the type of font, and the indentions, and how to space your pages, and then learn some cool things about Word. I learned like this cool little thing called navigation, and you can create like your chapters, so you could like click on your chapters, so you're not having to scroll up and down. That was good. Yeah, a lot of technical stuff, and we are continuing on with technical stuff this week as well. But within all of this as well. I'm really grateful because they're continuing to encourage. We have a weekly artist date. I'll stop and explain that. We are also reading a book called The Artist Way. I forgot the author. Oh boy, story of my life. But it's a very, very, very popular book. It's written by a woman who, she's not a Christian. She's actually a spiritualist. And so we were told, read it with discernment. But she really helped pioneer the concept of who and what an artist is and what makes you be an artist and how to get through blocks and exercises and all these different things. And I really grew up, I realized how spoiled I am and blessed I am to grow up in a generation that, we're more accepting towards what an artist is versus apparently what things were before. So those of you who understand what I'm talking about, you understand. Those of you who don't, you don't. I will put the name of the book and the author in my little description for this video. Again, if you're a Christian, I highly recommend it. If you're on any level of artistry, which I think technically every person in the world is gifted with some form of art, if it's if it's writing, if it's painting, if it's working on cars, if it's gardening, we have different levels of artistry and things that make us happy, scrapbooking, cooking, baking, anything like that is a form of how you express yourself and express the gifts that God has given you. So, in which this woman does have some really beautiful information. Just again, if you're a Christian, just be pre-prepared that she's a spiritualist, not a Christian, and just be discerning in what she's talking about. But I would dare say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because she's got a lot of really great information. And those of you who've never heard that expression before, look it up. It's a great expression. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I've used it so much since I learned it 5 years ago. Okay. So moving on, I'm going to give just a little brief overview of the book. I wanted to do this last week, but again, with all the issues that I was encountering, it didn't happen. But I'm going to try. Oh, whoops. I paused, talked about the artist way, but not the artist date. Sorry, pause. Haha, just made you think. So on the artist date, every week we would just practice artistry in different ways. So like the first time we did painting in acrylic paints, and I shared a video about how the Lord gave me some breakthrough with my painting, and I did the eye with the cross in it. The next week was collaging, where you're cutting out magazines and stuff. Not my gifting, not my strength, not my favorite thing to do, but hey, I did it. And it ended up triggering some things in my book, which is kind of like the whole point. Like maybe you might do something that you're not normally creative in or gifted in or really like, but it doesn't mean you can't still get something out of it. And it trains your brain in different things. And this week we did some clay. I haven't worked with clay since high school. I was very enamored with it then. I think just because I had the mentality that I don't need to be carrying a whole lot of stuff with me, I was just like, oh, I don't want to invest too much time in creating something that I can't keep. So I just kind of dilly-dallied, and I had fun. It was good. Yeah. So, they're encouraging us to try different things to work our creativity. One of these other girls just did this thing. She gathered these leaves, these green and yellow and brown, and created like this round crown. It was really beautiful. So the idea is just keep the artistry flowing through different things. And also writing exercises, rewriting psalms and scriptures and stuff like that in a language the way it means to us. So there are a lot of different suggestions behind that. Okay,